What is going on, people? Day number 6 of the 31 Days Half October series that I'm doing on my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know what it is, check out my previous 5 episodes or the 2 years before it. This is the 3rd year I'm doing it. This is where I'm doing 31 horror movie reviews in 31 days. A whole bunch of other people are doing it, so after you're done with this, not only check out my other videos, but check out everybody else who's doing it. Everybody loves to watch horror movies around this time, October, until Halloween. So maybe you haven't seen a bunch of these movies. I do more independent stuff, so there's a good chance you probably never heard of some of these movies, or if you've heard of them, you haven't checked them out yet. So that's the reviews I do. There's other people doing a whole bunch of other stuff, so check out their channels as well. Anyway, day number 6. I'm doing the movie called The Endless, right here. It's from the guys that brought you this movie here, Spring. If you haven't seen Spring, definitely go out and see this one. This one's awesome as well. But this one here, it has more of a sci-fi fantasy thriller vibe than horror. It does have its little horror aspects. It kind of gets, tense at some points, but it's more of a sci-fi thriller, I guess you would call it. But it is directed by Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead. It's written by Justin Benson. It stars Justin Benson, Aaron Moorhead, Callie Hernandez, among many others. So pretty much what this one is. It's going to be a little harder for me to explain towards the end, so I'm gonna try to cut it down to a little bit, because the more I try to explain it, the more it'll give the movie away. Plus, I could be explaining it completely wrong, because towards the end of it, it got a little harder to follow until I kind of put 2 and 2 together, and then brought it all around. This movie is one you'll probably have to sit down and sometimes you'll play with your phone or kind of go different places or whatever, kind of go into another room, or I don't know how you guys watch your movies. Anyway, this movie, it's about 2 brothers who 10 years before ended up leaving this UFO type death cult, I guess you want to call it. They were young. They got out of it, and then they kind of told the press and whatever about this whole thing, how they were praying to a being, and they were going to kill themselves, and whatever it was supposed to do, bring you to a better life, or whatever it is. So the brothers end up getting out of this cult. 10 years later, the one brother ends up getting a message, a tape, from the people who were supposed to be dead at the point, and they were, this message kind of brought back memories and pretty much drove these 2 brothers to go back to this cult, because again, at one point they thought they were supposed to be dead. So they end up going back to this cult, and it's very awkward and very weird, because again, they were the ones that got away and left and whatever. So as they're doing this, that one of the brothers was too young to kind of remember everything, so he's learning this for the first time, and let's just say his life, well, both of their lives aren't going the greatest. They're, at deadbeat jobs and all this stuff, so, living this life isn't, great. But from what the one brother remembers at this cult, everyone was peaceful and everyone's doing their thing. So life at that place was different. It was easier. It was, fun, I guess you want to call it. So the whole time he's sitting there, he's like, I might want to go back to this place. I remember it being great and what's going on. And just because it was a death cult or whatever, or their views and stuff were different, I kind of, just want to relive it, and it has to be better than what we're going through now. So as they go back to this place, this camp or whatever, they start to realize that there might be something happening. When they were young, it was one thing. Now they're older, and they start seeing stuff and feeling something's definitely different and wrong, and the one wants to leave, and then by the end of the movie, they find out that, let's just say, something might have happened, but it might have looped itself. Let's just say that, like, this is where the sci-fi will come into everything. And let's just say by the end they're questioning, would you rather live in something repeating itself over and over again, or would you want to live, where you can change something and live, free of anything, without a overseer, I guess you want to call it, kind of fixing everything for you. Like I said, it's more towards the end. You have to kind of pay attention and go by that. I'm not the biggest sci-fi fan or whatever, but this one had a very interesting plot, very interesting storyline, and it had you questioning and all that stuff. Like I said, it was directed by the same guys who did Spring, so once I found that out, I'm like, I have to get it. And let's just say it's the twists and mind-altering stuff in this. You question life and what's going on, and if there's anything else. I say definitely go ahead and check it out if you're into more sci-fi stuff and into UFOs and aliens and larger being, I guess you want to call, and stuff like that. It's definitely an interesting take on it, and by the end, you're just, I don't want to say questioning life or whatever, but I guess you can say you're questioning things. So check out The Endless. Like I always do, I'll leave the IMDb page. I'll leave the link to the trailer, and I'll also leave the link to where you can purchase it. Like I said, they did 3 movies. I want to get Resolution. I don't know if I had to watch that first to understand more about this, but I'll end up buying that and then maybe reviewing that later on in the month. But like I said, I'll leave everything that you need to know about this movie if you want to check it out. So not only check out my other reviews, check out everybody else's, 31 days, whatever they're calling it, 31 days of horror, 31 days of Halloween, whatever. Check that stuff out, because again, we're doing this to just, I know I am trying to get the word out for other movies that go under the radar. That's why I'm doing more indie horror stuff. So anyway, check out all my other channels, which is not channels, but all my other social media, which will be, all the links will be there. I got a Facebook fan page. I got an Instagram where I show off the movies behind me. I got a Twitter. I got a Horror Amino. I got a whole bunch of stuff. So check those out. Check out the rest of the previous days, and of course stick around for the rest of the month for all different reviews, and hopefully you're enjoying it. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that little bell button, and until tomorrow, I'll see you guys.